In Turkish dramas, when a man and woman meet and absolutely despise each other, they are quick to discover that they may actually have feelings for each other. There is a fine line between love and hate after all. Here are 12 enemies to lovers Turkish drama couples that exude intense chemistry. Yargi, the judgment. Lawyer Selin and prosecutor Ilgaz, in their fight to ensure justice, they have the same passion. However, while struggling on this path, two legal people whose methods are at opposite poles, the more rule-bound, honest and strict Ilgaz is, Selin is just as borderless, unregulated and rebellious. That's why every time their path crossed, they clashed, tested each other and stayed on opposite sides, until life crossed their paths again. Ilgaz brought to him as a murder case. He is caught unprepared for the shocking blow inflicted on his family by the corpse of a woman found in a garbage container. His brother Sinar is seen as the main suspect in this case. Ilgaz needs a good lawyer to save his brother, so he comes to the brink of a tough decision. All the features of Selin that he never approves are like the key to the iron bars that will be closed on his brother. Selin and Ilgaz at this turning point, which they never expected to meet, while questioning the truth that they brought indispensable until today. They will also find themselves floundering in a sea of secrets that they do not know how to swim. Seversin, you love it. One of the country's famous and handsome stars, Tolga Tuna, agrees to a new summer drama. Tolga Tuna is an actor who has an athletic physique in his late 20s, is quite handsome and spent his entire childhood in TV series and commercials. However, the producers want to play a young woman whose name has never been heard before as Tolga Tuna's partner in the series. And the lottery is won by Asiya, who works as a clerk in a shopping mall. Asiya, on the other hand, is a reckless and undeserving character who prepares for university exams with her own means. The paths of these two people with totally different life perspectives cross coincidentally when Asiya's sister decides to attend the auditions of the rom-com. Asiya, who has no intention of being famous, suddenly finds herself as a lead actress in this new rom-com starring alongside Tolga. Sandan Daha Guzel, More Beautiful Than You. The series follows Ifsun, an Antap doctor, as she faces challenges in her work and personal life. Amir, an Istanbul-based plastic surgeon, meets Ifsun at the hospital where he has been assigned. In this place, where he arrives with his biases, he comes face to face with the realities of Antolia. Ifsun, a dermatologist, lives peacefully with her father on the farm in a Gaziantep village. Her mother abandoned her and her father when she was a child and relocated to Istanbul, where she became one of Turkey's most prominent plastic surgeons. She receives unexpected news from her mother, whom she hasn't seen since she was 12. Her mother is dying and wants to visit her one final time before she passes away. She sends a driver to welcome Ifsun to Istanbul, but she is in for a great surprise when she arrives in Istanbul to see her mother. Ifsun's mother, the owner of Istanbul's largest aesthetic clinic, asks and pushes her to work in the clinic. As if that weren't bad enough, Amir, whom she mistook for a driver, is the son of her mother's business partner Kaya Bey. Amir, a dashing and charismatic surgeon, believes Ifsun has come to take the clinic from him and begins a fight with her. Furthermore, these young people live next door to each other in the company's residential. Mariam, Tales of Innocence. Mariam, a woman who takes the blame she did not commit for the man she loves. A prosecutor Oktay who can do anything for career and power. War, who is daunted with revenge after losing the woman she loved. An accident on a rainy night changes the lives of these three people. Oktay, man of justice, man of power, War, in need of justice, proceeds on this path. Mariam bears the burden of the sins of both men until love is included in the equation and brings justice. Bas Belasi, Troublemaker. Bas Belasi is about the experiences of Ipak, a woman devoted to her family, when she started working as a psychologist in the police department as a result of the events that shook her life deeply. Ipak's detective interest, which has been her passion since childhood, will often bring her against the Homicide Bureau Chief, Sahin Kara. Troublemaker will tell the fun stories of these two diametrically opposite characters adorned with detective adventures. Kuzgun. Kuzgun is an 8-year-old boy whose father is a trusted police officer. He has a happy and modest life together with his parents, brothers and sisters. On a night when Kuzgun's father Yusuf and his colleague Refati are on a mission to capture Sheriff, a drug lord, the sheriff offers a bribe to Yusuf but he refuses. However, Rifat accepts and betrays his colleague. After that, he becomes Sheriff's right arm, while Kuzgun's father goes to jail. The Baron's gang demands a tape and goes after Yusuf's family. They take Kuzgun, but the latter manages to escape from them. He cannot find his family at home and has to survive on the streets. 20 years later, Kuzgun is ready for revenge. An ordinary person advises Kuzgun to forget all the pains during childhood, yet Kuzgun prefers not to forget and transform himself into a sword of revenge. Kuzgun makes a plan to join the Rafid gang and then become the most powerful man in Istanbul. To achieve the goal, he goes after his daughter Dila. Dila is a girl who lives in London and works as a lawyer. She doesn't accept the work of her father Rafat and her brother Ali. She knows that her family's wealth comes from her father's illegal work. To meet Dila, Kuzgun becomes a bodyguard without revealing his identity and saves her life. After that, he gains her trust and with her help, he starts working in Rafid gang. Unlike other revenge stories, Kuzgun reveals his identity from the first meeting. He clearly shows that he has endured the pain for 20 years and now wants his share and that of his father in the drug business. Marasili. The story of Marasili revolves around a veteran of Turkish Special Forces, Celal Kun. The life of Celal or Jalal, aka Marasili, entirely changes when his daughter Zelish is shot down in a celebration event. After this tragedy, he tries to find the planners of this deadly event and joins his agency again. In this regard, Celal opens a bookstore and tries to find the connection of the city's renowned Tural family with this incident. To reveal this mystery, Marasili safeguards the beautiful daughter of Aziz Tural named Mahur Tural with her. Soon he acknowledges that he loves Mahur. The story begins from where Mahur Tural is a photographer, enters into the bookshop of Celal. When she comes out of the shop, she follows Celal's dog and becomes a witness of murder. The gang of murderers feel her presence and tries to kill her, but luckily Marasili saves her life. Legacy. Amanat. Kevsar grew up in a humble and poor neighborhood, and after she becomes the bride of the wealthy Kirimli family's son, her father cuts all ties with her as he doesn't approve of this marriage. But when Kevsar loses her husband, she suddenly finds herself trapped in the loveless Kirimli mansion with a 5-year-old son Yusuf and has nowhere to turn. One day tragedy strikes and she dies in accident. Little Yusuf is now stuck in a mansion full of vicious people and he desperately lacks affection and love. His uncle Jaman is a powerful, tough and cold-hearted businessman who closed his heart to all feelings long time ago. Although Yusuf is very well protected in his uncle's care, he craves sympathy. On her deathbed, Kevsar begs her sister Seher to come to the mansion and take care of her son. Feeling a debt to protect her sister's legacy, Seher leaves her neighborhood as well to move into the Kirimli mansion. The two families continue to face various conflicts, but an undeniable, deep love starts to grow in Seher's and Jaman's hearts.